Hello, it's Philip Carr-Gomm. Welcome to Tea with a Druid. Bonjour de Lille, hello from Lille, and hello Northern Germany and Yorkshire and Oklahoma. Lovely to see you all here. I'll just make a suggestion for anybody who's able to do this. I'd love to have a different countdown. I'm getting a bit bored with that countdown, and it's a bit hypnotic as well. But hello, Ben in St. Lucia. That's great to see you. So it's lovely to see everybody arriving from South Carolina and the Netherlands and Switzerland and St. Louis and Stroud. Great, fantastic. So gather round and thank you all for those of you who were here last week. I had no idea this thing of holding your arm up, lying in bed and holding your arm up and getting the sort of fulcrum point of it was so common. So many people said that they had done that as kids or that they still do it. And I find that just fascinating. And I don't know whether you found it helpful in terms of getting you to access some imagery before dropping into sleep. What is interesting perhaps is the way it encourages a kind of mindful attitude where you just end up focusing on this interesting sensation of creating this fulcrum with your body, I suppose. And hello, Carmen from New Zealand in the lovely Nelson. I remember hiking in the Nelson Lakes, tramping in the Nelson Lakes, and they're just so beautiful there. Happy Burns Night to everybody. Tonight is Burns Night. And for the last few years, we've had lovely celebrations with friends reading out poetry and eating either a vegetarian haggis or a real haggis, and both are equally revolting. And I can't recommend it. But hey, you have to do some difficult things sometime in your life, and that's one of them. I thought I'd. I can't read you a Burns poem. It's impossible for an English person to read a Burns poem, but I was intrigued by what on earth he was talking about, and I looked up a translation into English of his address to a haggis, which, you know, in the Burns Night this haggis is brought on and this address is made to it, and I was shocked. I was deeply shocked by the words. I'll only read you a bit and then you'll want me to stop, and I'll stop anyway. Good luck to you and your honest plump face, great chieftain of the sausage race. Above them all you take your place, stomach, tripe, or intestines, well are you worthy of a grace as long as my arm. The groaning trencher there you fill, your buttocks like a distant hill, and so it goes on. So that's the address to a haggis by Robert Burns. So let's move swiftly on to the next topic, which is we're coming up to Imbolc. It's the 25th of January now. And this is a time where in exactly a week's time, Imbolc starts. Although Imbolc can be, is a whole season really, a period of time. But traditionally it's allocated to the 1st of February or even the 2nd of February to coincide with the Christian festival of Candlemas. And so I thought now was a good time to start to approach the mysteries of Imbolc. Today it was a beautiful sunny day in Sussex, and you could really feel, although it was very cold, it was deliciously clear, and you could feel Imbolc coming and getting closer. And for the first time we saw daffodils, a few daffodils out. We've started to see snowdrops over the last week. So I thought we could do some preparation for Imbolc in a different way that you might expect. Next Monday, on February the 1st, let's have a little Imbolc ceremony and meditation. But let's prepare now. And I'm going to suggest a way of preparing that may seem unusual, but it ties together my interest in Druidry and Sophrology. And some of you who are in the Druid world might have been a bit surprised by Sophrology or think that it just seems a little too different from Druidry. It's just like a sort of enhanced kind of mindfulness and what's the connection. But there are all sorts of very interesting connections. And I think it's always interesting when you approach a topic from two different angles, the sort of magic that happens when you put them together. So I'm going to invite you to do a sophrology exercise with me, and then we'll talk about its connections with Imolc. So do join in. If you don't feel like it, just listen and try it again another time. But what it is we're going to work with sophrology to go into the future. I'm going to lead you through an exercise, and you're going to choose a capacity. So for this, you choose a capacity. Now, it's an interesting word, that. It's not a word that I normally use. But if I said to you, what capacities do you have within you? See what it evokes: the capacity for joy, the capacity for creativity. It's an interesting word to use. And the idea here is you choose a capacity or an ability that you have that you would like to develop, you'd like to improve in some way. So think of an ability or a capacity you have, and one that you would like to improve or grow. So let me give you an example. For me, when I do this exercise, for me, the capacity or the ability to explain things clearly is very dear to me. I want to be able to explain ideas and concepts and so on as clearly as possible, and convey them as clearly as possible in the talks that I give and the workshops I give and so on. And so when I've done this exercise in the past, that's the capacity within me that I've focused on. For you, it might be something else, like your capacity to be creative or to cook better, or whatever it is. Doesn't. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lead you through an exercise. I'll just describe it first, then we'll do it. It'll take about 10 minutes, and then we'll talk about it for a little bit afterwards. So to make up stories, says Debbie Lawther. Lisa, creativity and caring. Billy's creativity. Heliette, healing with my hands. Olivier, the capacity to travel with your mind. Improve my French. Having hope, the capacity to hope. Ellie, exactly. Okay. Lovely. Heliette is already offering French lessons in the forum here. This is great. Ali, the capacity to be gracious. Lovely. I think the interesting thing about the word capacity, because it's slightly different to the way one might normally think about abilities, is it just helps you to perhaps think out of the box a little bit. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use a sophrology technique to get us into a deeper state. And to do that, I'm going to just invite you to relax, to run I'll talk you through this, to run your awareness down your body, and then just to tense up where you are, just to breathe in, hold all your muscles, hold, and then let the air out of your lungs. Do that 2 more times. And then I'll invite you to imagine, to go into the future and to imagine a situation where you're exercising that capacity really effectively. So for me, I would visualize that I'm talking, over a broadcast like this, and I'm being really clear in my explanations. So as Anam, improve my leadership capacity. So as you might imagine yourself in a leadership situation, doing it really well. I'll invite you just to feel into that for a few moments, and then just to let that awareness fade and to feel any awareness that you're feeling in your body, any particular sensations. Breathe in and out, and then do it again, perhaps in another setting. You can choose the same setting or another setting. So when I've done my capacity to explain, the second time around, I've done it like I'm in a kind of theatre conference hall setting with hundreds of people explaining something really clearly. And then the third time, I'm going to imagine very relaxed, just an informal thing. Imagine you're sitting with a friend, and the friend is asking you how it went, how you're doing with your capacity to lead or to teach French or speak French or heal with the tarot or to dance and be free? How's it going? And you just see yourself chatting to your friend saying, it actually went rather well. I was really pleased with how it went. And so on. Just very, very simple, but you're in the future. And then I'll invite you back into the present moment. And then we'll talk a little bit about it. So here we go. So just make yourself comfortable where you are. This isn't going to take long. And just close your eyes to better concentrate on yourself. Take in a deep breath, hold for a moment, and then breathe out fully and deeply, just relaxing and letting go as you breathe out. Breathe in again, take in a nice deep breath, hold, and then breathe out fully and deeply. Move your awareness to the top of your head and just run your awareness down over your face, your brow, your eyes, cheeks, mouth and chin, ears. Moving your awareness down your neck and throat to your shoulders, completely relaxed, just running down your arms, right the way down to your fingers and thumbs and your palms. Awareness back to your chest and then running down your torso now, your upper chest and upper back, just completely relaxed, running down your stomach and middle back, lower back and pelvic region, hips, buttocks, thighs, knees, shins and calves, ankles, top of the feet, soles of the feet. Just aware of your whole body now, your whole body. Become aware of yourself breathing with this body awareness. Empty your lungs of air on an out breath. And then as you breathe in, just try to tense all the muscles in your body. You might be able to just move your legs forward a little bit. Just see how many muscles you can squeeze together. Make a silly face, nobody can see you. Just tense up all your muscles as you hold your breath. Tense, 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 tense. And then release, relax, and let go as you breathe out. Just settle for a moment. And then breathe in slowly again. And as you breathe in, start to tense your muscles again. Holding your breath, tensing all your muscles all the way through your body. Tense, 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 tense. And then breathing out, release, relax, let go. Let all your muscles just completely relax. Settle for a moment. And then do it a third time. Breathe in fully. Tense, 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 tense. And then release, relax, let go. Keeping your eyes still closed and sit back in your chair, just completely comfortable. Become aware of your breathing. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Let your breathing return to normal and just call to mind a scene in the future where you're exercising your chosen capacity really well and effectively. And just try to live this moment as fully as possible. Don't worry if you can't see anything or sense anything, just pretend that you can. Just it's being playful. Just here you are, exercising this capacity as fully as you can. just enjoy the feeling of exercising this capacity. And as you enjoy the feeling, just become aware of it in your body and let go of the visualization. And retaining any pleasant feelings, just become aware of your breath again. Breathe in deeply, hold, and then breathe out fully. Allow your breathing to return to normal, and just bring to mind another situation in the future, or maybe the same future scenario, and just imagining you're exercising this capacity really fully, really well. And you just feel completely in the flow. Notice how good it feels to be exercising this capacity just fully without restraint or inhibition, just so it's flowing through you as a skill or ability or capacity that you have. Notice how good it feels and allow the visualization to fade as you retain that good feeling within. And then become aware of your breath. Breathe in fully. Hold. Breathe out. And just imagine now you're sitting with a friend. Just a really nice, cozy, informal time. And your friend's saying, how did it go? And you're just telling them how you worked with an exercise to develop your capacity and how it went really well and how much you enjoyed it. Just imagine you're doing that. And notice how good it feels. You're not boasting or bragging. You're just being honest about your experience. And your friend is encouraging you and is really happy for you. And you allow your breathing to return to normal, retaining any positive feelings you might be having. My apologies for that interruption. And just retaining those good feelings now. Just move your awareness back to your body, right down to the soles of your feet, and stretch the soles of your feet, wiggle your toes, flex the muscles in your shins, your calves rather, your thighs, moving up around your hips, lower back, upper back, shoulders, move your neck and head, maybe grimace a little bit to stretch the muscles in your face, and then feeling fully present here and now. When you feel ready, open your eyes. So, hello everybody. I'm sorry about there's a little, I turn everything off on my computer. All the WhatsApp and emails. There aren't any pings, but if somebody FaceTimes you, even if you have, I don't know how to. Anyway, I'll sort out how to disable that in some way. But I apologize for the noise. So. Nice to see your comments coming in. That was fantastic. Wow. Thank you. That was lovely. Tingles all over. Super merci from Fabienne. So that was a bit, so I'll tell you what we did. And do keep your comments coming in. It's lovely. I imagine drawing more freely from nature. Beautiful. So we did it a little fast. If we were doing it in another setting, we would have taken a little more time. But these Tea with a Druid sessions are meant to be brief, and I try to keep them to 20 minutes. So I wanted to do that for a couple of reasons. I wanted to show you how sophrology is, to give an experience of it, because I love working with sophrology. I love teaching it, and I love the way it meshes with all the things I've learned in the past, like meditation and mindfulness and druidry, and they do come together, even though they seem rather different. And here's the connection with Imolc. If you think about it, Imolc is the festival, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and about to celebrate Imolc, and I know we've got some participants from New Zealand, and of course you're coming up to Lunasa, but you'll get around to Imolc before you know it. So at this time of Imolc, we're talking about sowing seeds, about the time of germinating. It's when you have this first feeling of spring, when all this wonderful latent potential in the earth is starting to flower, and you see the snowdrops and the crocuses, and even now some places the daffodils and so on, coming out. And the idea with Imolc is we're loving this, we're recognizing it, we're reverencing it and worshipping it, or doing whatever, loving it and so on, being in awe of it. But we're also working on our own psyches and our own development, and we're seeing how we can synchronize with that and how we can develop the latent seeds within us. And this is essentially what we've done. We've done a sort of Imolc exercise of working with our latent potentialities, our latent capacities, and encouraging them to blossom. So that was an exercise in blossoming. So Philip Downing is saying that longer would be better. Exactly. That was a little kind of taste. So yeah, that was just a little taste of it. But you can see, I guess, now the connection with Imolc. We're going to next week, when we do the ceremony, and around this time of early February, we're working with this idea of developing the seeds within us, capacities within us, and that's one way that you can do that. Duncan Black, the 3 places: the Magic Orchard at Glastonbury tour, around a fire with Druid friends at their home, and talking to a good friend in a cozy place. That's lovely. The comments are coming in so fast I can't. Yes, Daniel Deek saying, I can't see the big difference. It's about discovering our inner and outer nature. Exactly. Stephanie, so ready for spring. I'm ready to come out of winter and start the new beginnings of Imolc. Exactly. Douglas, I see this very connected to Imolc. What a great feeling, and we'll wait and see if it manifests when the times come. I ask for a clearer conduit for my intuition when it comes to personal decisions. I want to buy a house in a few months. I want that clear feeling of knowing. I think that's right. When I do this exercise, it sort of gets me to a clear place. It's different. I think it's different from simply visualizing what you want in the future and imagining yourself in the future and visualizing what you want. That stress on your capacity makes it different in some way. Yeah. Nice to nurture an old skill to encourage it to blossom, being more creative with drawing and painting. Great, Brian. Anya. I think, Anya, you're doing this sophrology training, aren't you? Sophrology is both simple and wonderful. Yes. So lovely. Yes. Great walk up a hill in Derbyshire. Amazing view from the top, and got up there in, what was it, 3 minutes. Yes. These Jacqueline Mother Moon is asking, is there a book I can read? Well, yes, I've written a book about it. And what I'll do is and I do a sort of an online training in it too. So I'll give you the link to the. I mean, if you go on my website, you'll see there's a section on sophrology, and it mentions the book, and it mentions the training program as well. And every morning I bring my coffee up here, and I switch on the computer and I tune into the comments, and so I sort of mentor the course, well, the course is in sophrology, and it's just lovely being in touch with everyone and just watching people go through these experiences. So there's the link. I put the link up for you so you can see that. And there's a website, the Sophrology Institute. I've started an institute with various colleagues, and which does the training program, and you'll find on there some audio recordings, which so you can take it at a more leisurely pace. So that's gone up there. It also helped to imagine where I would be drawing and the feeling of creative energy all around. This helped a lot. Great, Anne. That's lovely. Okay, so lovely to be with you tonight, and I'll come back and read all the comments with a cup of tea, and then I look forward to being with you again next Monday, and let's do a ceremony and a meditation together. So have a bowl of water, a glass of water, and a little candle to light next Monday, and I'll see you then. Okay, in the meanwhile, have a lovely week. Okay, lots of love to you. Bye.